Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. We are live Friday morning once again.
Yes,
Yes.
it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Friday the something. Friday the 20th.
Friday the 20th. I'm Cindy. This is my husband, Matt, and we are full-time resellers coming at you live. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Coming at you live. All right.
Yes. So try to get on here on Friday mornings and kind of talk about our week and talk about the things that we're seeing, the things that we're doing, what's going on in the lives of full-time resellers. It's an exciting life.
It's an exciting life. I'm excited. Can't you tell?
I kind of feel like...
This is my excited face.
Is it your excited face?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, good morning, Callie Debs. Happy to see you. Hopefully we'll get some more people join us live this morning. But if not, we just talk to each other. It's kind of our daily lives anyway. So when you're full-time resellers, it's just us. So
Got nobody else to talk to.
yeah, you kind of got to talk to each other because it's all we got.
Mm-hmm.
We are doing well. We are doing well. We've had a good week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty good week. I mean, it was slow. A very slow week.
Not necessarily in sales, but in our work ethic.
Well.
Yeah, it's kind of that way. Some weeks we work harder than others.
We didn't go very hard this week.
We did not go very hard this week at all.
And I don't even think we had a good excuse not to.
No, we were just kind of on coast mode this week. It's my coasting in.
We did a couple of what did we do? A couple of shipments to Amazon.
Done some shipping. Callie Deb says, I had one good day, but slow overall. That's kind of why we pull back a little bit in the summer. Summer tends to slow down anyway, and kind of got to get your rest for Q4. And for us, Q4 usually starts in August, so it's kind of...
Yeah, but the rate we're going to have a lot of rest.
Yeah.
That's, I think, a little too much rest. I think we're erring too much on the side of rest.
So maybe we need to kick it up a notch?
Yeah, I kind of like to.
Good morning, Ellen. Good morning, Trend Exchange. So this morning, though, we're going to talk about cutting your losses. I think that...
You look at me like I'm the loss. We're going to talk about cutting our losses.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, especially in the reseller community, we talk all about the wins, which are exciting and they're fun. And you talk about the great sales days and the great margins.
I sold this for $10 million bazillion.
Exactly. And that's fantastic.
But I paid $11 million bazillion for it.
So it might be a loss. And so we kind of wanted to talk about cutting your losses.
Yeah.
Because every business has losses. Every business goes through that. And you have to be honest with it. And one of the things that we've always done here on YouTube and on Instagram and on all of our social media has been really honest about the ups and the downs and the good and the bad. And like, it's just, this is what it is, and we're not going to sugarcoat it.
Yeah, it's not every day you're taking pictures of piles of packages that are going out for shipment. And
no, some days you're cutting your losses. So one of the things that we did this week was in our inventory, and we have a 2-car garage that we converted into storage for inventory, basically. We had items that had not sold from previous Q4s, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
So some from 2021 Q4, some even from 2020 Q4. And those items, we had taken them, and some of them we had listed on eBay. Some of them honestly weren't listed anywhere at all. Like they were just hanging out, collecting dust.
Hanging out in our storage.
Yes, they were just hanging out there. And the reason for that is when you sell on Amazon Merchant Fulfilled, which in Q4 we are heavily merchant fulfilled, you get returns, you get cancellations, whatever. And when you're in that go, ship, you're not really then going back and adjusting for that. So that's how we wind up with.
Not during Q4. I mean,
not
you're
during
too
Q4.
busy. You're too busy just keeping up.
Yeah. So you just don't have, at least for us.
Yeah.
Now, other people may be totally different, but at least for us. And it's not every item that is like that, but there's just some items that just fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
So this week we got all of those items, ended what was on eBay, took a tally of it, and sent them off to the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Now, admittedly, those items that we sent in this week to Amazon, we will take a loss on to our purchase price.
Yeah.
Totally taking a loss on them. So our sales on Amazon this week might look really great,
but we're not making a lot of money.
But we're taking a loss on those items. That's just the reality of the situation. But for us, those items weren't making us anything sitting in our garage.
No, they weren't.
They were a complete loss.
Yeah.
Sitting in our garage.
Yeah. So we're getting back a portion of our invested price on them.
Yes. So. It's been too long to return them. So at this point, it is mitigate your loss. And sometimes you have to do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, business, you got to.
Yeah, it was, it's the reason why stores clearance out items.
Mm-hmm.
You got to mitigate your loss. It's not going anywhere. Let's get it out. We want clean, empty shelf spaces going into Q4 so that we can fill those spaces up with better inventory.
Higher profit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and guarantee no one's posting that anywhere. And we sold all the stuff, but we didn't make any money out of it.
Right? But we sold it at a 50% loss. Go us!
Did we sell it at 50% loss?
No.
No, we didn't. We're doing, I think, okay.
We're okay on them. And some of them still have profit in it.
Yeah.
And so, but
yeah, it's not like we're fire sailing them.
No. But he did want to touch on that fire sale comment also.
Oops.
Yeah, good transition. That was a good transition. Because I think another thing that people get really wound up about is price tankers.
Mm.
And it's not just price tankers on Amazon. People get, like, why did you sell that for this price on eBay? Why did you sell that for this price on Mercari? Why did you sell that? Like, I could have sold that. You could have held and waited.
I'm guilty of that.
We all are. We all have those moments when we're like, seriously?
Why?
Do you just not like money? Are you just fabulously wealthy and you don't need money? Because why are you selling this for X amount when
market is this? Yeah.
Last week it was that. But I think it's important to remember that everybody has different life circumstances. Mm. And there could be a myriad of reasons why somebody is selling that product for that price.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You have to kind of step back and be like, you know what? I don't know what's going on in their life. Their car could have broke down and they need money to fix the car.
Yeah.
And you got to just turn some stuff.
And you have to mitigate your losses.
Yeah. Or maybe you've got a Vero or bad feedback and you want to try and get some sales. We talked about that. Grease the oils.
Grease the wheels. You knew what I meant.
Gears.
Whatever.
Grease the oils. You might have to be greasing the oils. I mean, you never know. I mean,
it's Friday.
So
I can't even say I'm tired because I'm not.
So yeah, you always have to kind of step back and be like,
Yeah. There are different circumstances for everybody, and you don't know what their cost of goods was.
True.
Just because I paid $5 for this product, maybe you have a source that you paid $2.
Maybe they bought it for 99 cents.
Maybe they bought it for 99 cents. You don't know what those circumstances are. And so you just have to let the market gets to be what the market is, and you don't get to control that.
Right.
So that's why we're constantly looking at, okay, yeah, this one person lowered the price on this product and now everybody's following them. And so now the market's only going to bring this amount of money for this product. That just is what it is.
Yeah, but a lot of times you're like, nope, I'm holding my price and these people will sell out. And, typically it's fourth quarter when there's a lot of buyers, but
even still, there are products today that we've got in inventory that we're just sitting on.
Yeah.
I'll just let everybody else sell out, and the demand for that product is there, and then my product will sell. And that's fine.
Yeah, and as a business owner, you have that choice.
You have that choice. But to sit and think that there's never going to be a loss situation.
Truth.
There just is. There just is. You have to be honest with yourself. When we were full-time eBay, so we're pretty much full-time Amazon at this point.
Yeah.
But when we were full-time eBay, we would mitigate losses on bad buys. Those items that you go to the store and you think, this is fantastic. This is amazing. This product's going to sell for $1 million bajillion. And then you get home and you're like, oh.
No, you're going through your inventory a year later and you're looking at it and you're like, oh. I still got this.
This was a bad buy. And so those products, oftentimes we were still able to sell at a profit because we were buying so cheap. But that potential profit that you thought you were going to get, that's out the door.
Yeah.
Mitigate your loss.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And a lot of times you don't. You just get it out of there. I just want to get rid of this. I want to make room for better selling inventory. Maybe I started last year and I bought this and I thought this was going to be great, and it isn't, and it hasn't sold. Well, I have limited amount of room. I think a lot of people are in the same boat. They have limited amount of room. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's time to just cut your losses. Just get rid of it. Make room for something that's got a higher profitability.
Yep. I have a girlfriend who used to say that that's just like a savings plan. When you just get back your initial investment, you're at zero, you just saved that money. So you put it in a piece of clothing and you saved it, and you put it in your garage and you saved that money you put some work into it. Yeah, we're not going into the details of it. I mean,
no
it's not
interest. No,
it's not a perfect situation, but if you can get that capital back out of it, and then put that capital back into something that is going to.
Well, and another thing, touching on new sellers, a lot of times you're paying for your education. And
Lord knows we have paid for a lot of education. But that's part of it. You pay for education no matter what you do.
Absolutely.
In any job, any business, you're going to pay for education. So you can pay a mentor, you can pay a coach, you can pay someone like that for education to help you kind of leapfrog the learning process, or you pay for your education on your own.
Yep.
Either way, you're going to pay for it. Just is what it is, what it is. So that's kind of been our week, is just getting things going. We've been doing more online arbitrage, which is kind of why we've been a little bit slow this week, waiting for stuff to get now delivered in. Because with gas prices as high as it is, you have to take that into consideration. If I can just order it online, have it delivered to me,
cheaper than going
out, at some saving some money, reducing my buy cost then, and I can still get inventory. But it meant that this week we didn't have the inventory on hand.
Yeah.
Which is okay. Kind of took it easy. What are your gas prices there? So we are outside of Chicago, in the suburbs, and this week I paid $5.24 a gallon. Is what it is. Is what it is. If you want to drive, you gotta pay it. So I'm not too overly concerned about, like, it's not stopping us from going or doing, or we still have plans to go and do, but we are taking that into consideration. Ours are close to $6. Yeah, if you're
West Coast.
Yeah. It's part of it right now, and you have to be taking that into consideration. Is this worth the price? That, though, it's a double-edged sword. So because from the buying of inventory side, it stinks because you're having to pay it. But from the selling standpoint, it's a great thing because more people are like, I don't really want to go to the store. I don't want to spend the gas. So I'm just going to order it online. I mean, what did I just say? I don't want to go to the store. I just want to order it online. All of our buyers are saying the same thing.
Truth.
I just want to buy it online. And shipping costs have gone up so much in recent years. Let's be honest. That I think when gas prices were so low, that shipping cost became an issue for a buyer because I could just go to the store and get it, and that's cheaper. But when gas prices go up, shipping costs become less of an issue for a buyer.
Until they raise the shipping prices.
Well, aren't you just the pessimistic Polly today?
Sorry.
But it does kind of even itself back out.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
So if people are like, I don't want to pay that, now they're willing to pay it because it's still cheaper than driving to the store.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, a good one there.
Oh. Yeah. Anyhow.
We've reached the big time.
We've reached when you start getting trolls in your comments, that's when you know you've won. It's when you know you're popular.
Yeah.
Anyhow. So what's coming up for this coming week?
I don't know. It's Friday. I'm just glad it's Friday.
So yeah, are you guys in the chat, are you negotiating your gas prices? Is it affecting your sourcing? How are you? How are you dealing with that? How is it impacting your business? Anybody? Nothing? It's not impacting you at all, is it? We've lived very boring lives. When people always ask, do a day in the life or whatever.
You're going to have to, it's going to put you to sleep. It's like.
Yeah, I always think I could do this once and then just, re-upload it every day. We live Groundhog Day a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, there's Brian, the Oak Park picker. Good morning, Brian. Ordering groceries from Instacart. Absolutely. Yeah, we ordered our groceries in.
Yeah, we typically order our groceries.
And
that's a time thing.
Yes, that's absolutely a time thing. And I still contend it saves us money because there's no impulse purchases. And then you don't forget things and have to go back to the store and make more impulse purchases.
That's not true. We forget a lot of stuff.
In my defense, marriage moment here. In my defense, I didn't forget them. The store was out of them. And so I had part of the order canceled. So, in my defense.
All right.
I am a forgetful person. But yeah, I think our days are pretty much.
It's rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Anyone who does this full time, you kind of get into a rhythm. You get up and you start doing this, and then you got to move on to this, and then you do this, and
yeah, it's pretty mundane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've already done one FBA shipment this morning. What did we do that like under 10 minutes?
7 minutes.
7 minutes FBA shipment start to finish. Because yeah, you just get into a rhythm and yeah, it's not exciting. I never went back to the grocery store. I got spoiled. Absolutely. I did not want to go to the grocery store ever.
It's a time waste.
It's a time waste.
It really is.
We look at how can we buy back time. Yeah. Not that this week time was a big issue, because this week we were not really pushing the pedal to the. We had the time, we could have done it ourselves, but
yeah,
is what it is.
Yeah, but I like helping out the Instacart delivery people because they're small business owners too.
Yeah, there are people out there hustling to make extra money, and yeah, as long as we can do that, then yeah, we like to do that. But yeah, so this week has been a little bit of
a little relaxed.
That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah, but a day in our life, plus it helps someone else make money. So good. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We always try to support people who are doing the side hustle, when we shop on Amazon or clearly on eBay, but on Amazon, I try to buy from third-party sellers because they're just small businesses like me that.
Yeah, we used to order on eBay, and you try and find the person that was had one feedback.
Yeah, try to find the brand new seller.
We end up paying, like a few dollars more for something, but you'd find the person who had one feedback and try and be like, here's a sale, and
yeah. Although that got harder the longer we went and the more feedback we had, because if I was trying to buy something from our regular account, people would think that I was going to flip it. So then they didn't want to sell to me, and I was like, no, I don't want to.
We really do need.
I really do want this item.
Yeah.
So then I just had to go to buy it now, is because people wouldn't sell to me.
Yeah.
Which I understand. They thought, I was trying to get one over on them. But
yeah.
No, I just really wanted the item.
Yeah.
But so hopefully next week we can kick it up a little bit. But we've got 3 road trip weekends coming in a row.
Oh, yeah.
So we're probably not going to. That's going to hinder the livelihoods a little bit. But
yeah, but we'll source.
Yeah.
We'll source on a road trip. So.
Yeah. Because isn't that what you do?
No, most people don't source on the road trips. Most people take a road trip to relax. And
I don't understand people that walk into a store and don't scan everything in the store. Honestly, we were on vacation in the Caribbean.
Oh my gosh.
Now, how I thought I was going to bring any of it back. I mean, I don't know. We're, whatever. But we are on vacation in the Caribbean, and I am still like, ooh, can I scan that? I wonder what that would sell for. All the time. It gets in your blood. I think reselling just gets in your blood. And then you can't stop it. I can't turn it off.
I can.
Can you?
Oh, yeah.
Can you guys turn it off? Can you turn off? That's a good question.
Well, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I probably can't, because I'm always just looking and I'm thinking, wow, that looks like that would be, that could sell that. And looks like that might have a good brain.
Right? I did a road trip this week to Garlic Festival. Oh, that sounds like fun. I was trying to source on my road trip. Yes. I mean, doesn't everybody, you see somebody walking down the street and they're wearing something that you could sell, and you immediately go, oh, that sells for this amount of money. I could sell that. Isn't that everybody?
No, I don't think everybody.
Some people can turn it off.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't turn it off. It's been too long.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think there's a point at which that's just the way your brain works. I can rarely turn it off. Sometimes I have to tell myself to shut down. Yes. Which is why we end up on cruise ships, because because Matt has literally said to me, the only time that I actually shut off everything is if I'm in the middle of the ocean and I can't. I'm on a road trip and my wife said no sourcing. Brian, tell her that's not cool. That's not fun.
Listen to your wife, Brian. Just
okay, yeah. Listen to your wife. I've been Lucretia, she's been dreaming about KDP in our Amazon class. She's in the Amazon class this month, and we have been talking a lot about print on demand and KDP and all of the changes that have come to KDP. If you're unaware, KDP, low content, they took away UPC codes, which then means you can't get the look inside feature on Amazon. If you don't do KDP, you're all like, whatever, Cindy, I don't care. But there's this new thing called, new to us, A+ content that you can get in, and then you can have the whole thing. So yes, we've been very excited about it, and we've been chatting it up. Yes. The live tonight for the Amazon class is it's
tonight?
Yes, we'll start print on demand and then we'll talk Amazon. And you know that. See, Matt's just so excited that I have other people to talk about about this because, yeah, I will just go.
Oh boy.
Yes, but I showed on my Instagram yesterday. See, now you got me. It's her fault. She sent me down the POD rabbit hole. We have, or I have, because I do all of the print on demand. You don't do any of the print on demand. One shirt that I uploaded, and you'll know which one it is, in February. So in 3 months, that one shirt has already made me $300.
Really?
And yesterday it sold 11 times. So it has no signs of slowing down. And that's one design that took me, maybe 3 minutes to make.
It was like the Christmas shirt you did.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. I had to turn off I have a plugin that makes my computer cha-ching whenever I sell a merch shirt, and I have to turn it off because it starts going crazy. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. It's so much fun. Yeah, his face, absolutely. Like he just, yeah. Can't wait for Q4 with merch. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. It is so, yes. So, and we'll talk about when I'm raising prices and all of that. Right now, I'm keeping stuff low so that they get those ranks and those reviews, because then Q4 hits and you jack up the prices and you just let them run.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much fun. I love it because, and I love it because there's no inventory, so we don't have to ship anything.
I love that.
There's zero customer service.
I love that.
So I never have to deal with anybody. None of the returns come to our house.
Once in a while.
Yeah, like an Etsy
one
or
but, two, but yeah. Oh, that's true. That's
yeah. But from merch from Amazon, none of the returns come to our house. I never have to deal with a return. And there's no cost to
no cost of goods.
There's no cost of goods. So
no, the only investment you have is your time.
Yeah, and then it can sell forever.
Right. Yeah, and that's like, you go to a thrift store and you buy one shirt. And then you have to go and you have to find another shirt and you got to photograph and list. It's different, but with the merch, you put it up one time.
And it just continues. So much fun.
As long as it's good. I mean,
as long as
there's a few caveats. You can't
cut your losses there too, because sometimes I have stuff that I'm like, this is the best. People are going to love this. This is going to go viral. It is so awesome. And no one buys it. And then I have to admit, I'm the only one who thought it was funny. And then there are times when I'm the Christmas shirt that we had that did go viral. I just threw it up and I was like,
you were just, you showed it to me and I was like,
yeah, like it's okay, but there's nothing special about it.
How many did you sell those?
It was ridiculous. I think we made $8,000 off that one shirt, and that's our net profit. Like that's
money we actually made.
Yes, money that actually went into our bank account. I did 0 ads on that shirt, so there was literally 0 cost of goods.
You had days where that thing sold 300,
500, 600.
500. That's right. We were over 500 times a day that thing sold.
Yeah. And a lot of that is just knowing when to put it up, how to price it so that it will catch fire if it's possible, and those kinds of things. And then there's just some luck thrown in.
There's a lot of luck. There's a lot of luck. That's
yeah. So then there's just some luck thrown in there,
but the possibility is there. I mean,
oh my gosh,
you have how many years of art background do you have?
0.
And design background?
0. And I am like the least creative. I am a math person, so I went to school for accounting. I am a math nerd. I have no creative, like that's not. You are way more creative than I am. Admittedly, yeah.
The computer is more creative. My coffee cup's more creative than you are. So.
Yes. I'm just not an overly creative person, but what I'm really good at is understanding algorithms and seeing demand
and you could see trends.
Seeing trends.
You could see trends and you could see, and that helps.
Yeah, so you don't have to be. How did we get on print on demand?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You got us here. It's your fault.
It's my fault. But yeah, so if you're like, print on demand, I don't know, I'm not a creative person, totally okay. You don't have to be. I'm hoping to make it my main thing, KDP merch, absolutely. And it is, and you know this because we've had this conversation, Lula.
It's a slow build.
It's a slow build.
Yeah, I would not ever say to anybody who's thinking of getting into merch and KDP, quit your job today because you're going to start making money tomorrow on merch, because you're not. Yeah. You are not going to make money right away. It's going to take a long time.
It's a slow build.
But you have to be persistent and you have to be vigilant, and you can.
But then the possibility is absolutely there.
Absolutely. You can get there. But you have to be patient.
It's a slow build.
Yeah.
As you well know, it's a slow build.
Yeah. But unless you get really lucky and
there are people that get super duper lucky.
Absolutely. Yeah. You just happen to see something somewhere and you post, you make a shirt for it and you sell 10,000 of them. I mean, it happens, but it's very rare.
Yes. So way back in the day, because I've been on merch for a long time, so I've kind of been in those circles for a long time. I didn't do anything with it for a long time, admittedly. But when the solar eclipse happened, so you remember like way back in the day when the solar eclipse happened?
Yeah, that was like 6 years ago, maybe more than that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, solar eclipse. There was a woman who made a solar eclipse design shirt. Pretty basic, nothing special, whatever. She was the first one to market on it. It went viral. She paid off her house with that shirt. She was tier 10. Now, if you don't understand merch, there's a limit to how many shirts that you can put up, whatever. So she had like 5 other designs. Mm-hmm. It was one of the very first ones she'd ever made. She paid off her mortgage with that one shirt. Mm-hmm. So can it happen?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it the norm?
No, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, you can do it. It's going to it just happens to everybody, because it's we're not those kind of people. If we think you can make money at it, we're going to say, but we're not going to sugarcoat it. We try not to lead people astray.
No. And I will say, even to the fact that we aren't working real hard right now. Can we just be honest with y'all? We're not working real hard right now. Just is what it is. But that is because we worked hard for a lot of years.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even to say that you could join Amazon today and work 2 hours and pay your bills. There's been a lot of elbow grease and a lot of time put in.
Absolutely.
To get us to this place.
Absolutely.
So we try not to sugarcoat things, and this week we did cut our losses.
Yeah.
To kind of bring it back around.
Well, and it's April, May.
It's May, sweetheart.
It's May.
It's May, sweetheart.
And we're already planning for fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So
big time planning for fourth quarter. We are already watching trends for fourth quarter. We're already looking at, when trying to say without saying, when do we want to go really hard against what niches, products, who is our target buyer going to be? Because that changes to, seasons, years, economies, all of that. We're reading all the articles, doing all the research so that when Q4 hits, we're ready there with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And each year we try and build, a couple of years ago, we were like, you know what? We didn't buy enough shipping supplies.
And we didn't. That year was bad.
We were ordering shipping supplies, I think, every day.
Oh, it was so bad.
I mean, it was good.
Yes, it was good.
It was good, but it was also bad. So then we ordered, and then we're like, we need more storage. We need to make room, and so each year you kind of learn. We talked about paying for your education. Well,
that first year not that first year. It wasn't the first year, but the year we didn't order enough shipping supplies, we lost a lot of money
because we're like, we can't sell it, we can't ship it.
Yeah.
We don't have anything to ship it in.
Yeah. So we lost a lot of money because we weren't prepared. So, and I think last year even we had some days where we were like, okay, we're waiting for shipping supplies to come in. Mm-hmm. But we found a local person that sells shipping supplies that we could order and get them next day that has a good rate. Shout out if you are in the Chicagoland area. I'm totally not sponsored.
No.
Bubble Fast. That's what it is. Bubble Fast. They have been really, really good to us. And I know they ship around the country. And they have good prices, but especially if you're in this area,
you get your stuff fast.
Yeah, it's really, really fast. Yeah, but totally unsponsored. But they're really good people. We know the owners.
Yeah.
Super duper nice. If Brian is still here, he knows them too.
Yeah.
So yeah, figuring out those kinds of things so that, again, mitigate your losses.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I have losses? And how can I reduce that? Going to have more shipping supplies. Or, okay, this product I went too deep into. What did I see that made me think that this was going to be a good purchase? And how can I learn from that so that I don't make the same mistake again? I know that this last Q4, there was a game that I brought home.
I had a little bit of a freak out.
Oh, little bit is such an understatement.
And you got to admit, I'm really, really pretty good about.
Generally, yeah, you're like, okay, if you think so.
Let's roll with it.
Let's go.
But you brought.
I must have brought home 50 of them that day. And we'd already sold probably 50 of them of one particular game. And you were like, what have you done? What have you done? Because it was probably $1,000 investment in 50. And we'd already spent $1,000 and those had sold and we'd shipped those out. But I went to a couple of stores and I spent $1,000 on one game. And I brought them all home and I'm bringing them in and I'm bringing in more and I'm bringing in more. And you're going, what have you done? You know, is the price going to tank? What are we going to do with all of these?
My spidey sense was tingling.
Yeah, you were like, oh, I don't know that I feel comfortable about this. But in the end,
we sold them.
We made a profit on every last one of them. Except for the one that got returned that we had to ship in this week. But other than that, you have to, sometimes you just got to go for it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to go for it. And mitigating our losses for us is often that we are overly conservative in our purchasing. Mm-hmm. So we are like, $1,000 into one item.
It's scary.
Oh, that's really scary. And so we typically have potential lost revenue because we hold back.
Yeah.
We hold back. There was a product earlier in the year that I found online. It was $9 and selling for $200 on Amazon. And the rank wasn't fantastic, but it was a summer product.
It was off season when you found it.
Yeah. And so I was kind of like, but the rank will come down. It's off season and it's $9. I think I bought 10 of them. I should have bought.
Did we sell all of them?
Oh my God, yes.
They're all sold.
Oh, they're long gone.
You should have. Well, and part of the concern was we've never sold this product before. So we didn't know the size. We didn't know how big they were. We didn't know.
All the indicators were there.
So there was some concerns there. Now, if that happened again today.
Oh my gosh, how many can I order?
And even if we didn't have that $9 and $200 experience, we would at least know, we would have a little more knowledge going into it that would be like, okay, we can do this. We can sell these. But
we
didn't know. I mean, the boxes could have been huge. I mean, we didn't know how much assembly was required.
No idea. If you're not following like couponers and people that find glitches online, you should be. Because those are some great deals. Although that one I just found on my own.
You just stumbled across
that one. I just found.
That was just. I don't know if they even meant to sell it for.
I'm sure they didn't.
That was not
sure that was a glitch.
Because I've seen them again, maybe not the same exact ones, but they were like around 100.
Yeah, It's so hard to tell. Experience is key, I'm sure. Absolutely. And that's the thing, is knowing where did my lack of experience cost me money? And so how can I learn from this so that I have that experience next time, so that I know, okay, next time I see this, I'm going to do XYZ. But you have to have that moment where you sit back and you think about, okay, and we generally do this in January. We sit down and we look at our Q4, which is really Q3 and Q4, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But we look at that selling period and we say, okay, how did we do? What were our best selling products? Where did we miss the mark?
Mm-hmm. What can we do better?
What can we do better? How can we better prepare for next year? And the big one, the last several years, has been we didn't go deep enough.
Yeah, we shut it down too early. I'm always, and this is my fault, I'm always very conservative when it comes to, the season, the Christmas Day is here and we're selling these items, and they may not get there by that. And
yeah. And so kind of looking at, okay, what holds you back? What prevents you from being able to make as much money as possible? And maybe that's, you've been concerned about buying online, that it'll take too long to get here, or prices will fluctuate in between, or whatever. How can you mitigate that? Maybe that's you went too deep on something, and so you didn't really look at all the data and you got stuck with some items. How can you mitigate that? Maybe you're like us and you were too conservative. And so now you have to learn, okay,
I got to be a little less conservative next year.
Yeah.
And that's no guarantee that next year is the same.
Oh, no.
Or it might be different. There's no guarantees, but.
Yeah. You have to learn how to mitigate your loss across all areas of your business. And Lulu Hatter, one of the big ones for me is not having enough print on demand designs up prior to Q4. Because I don't work on print on demand a lot.
No, you don't put it. Well, you did.
I did in the beginning.
You have from time to time. You'll get in this.
Yeah. Yeah, but I haven't put enough effort into it.
Well, and again, I think that's your experience. You're now knowing that, okay, these designs typically do better. So you don't spend as much time researching and when you first started, you were just kind of throwing everything everywhere.
Oh, you just throw everything against the wall, see what sticks.
And again, it was a learning experience. And now okay, well, the shirts I think funny are not maybe that funny.
Maybe other people don't think my humor is as funny as I do. They should.
But these shirts do really well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to focus now on these, and I'm no longer doing all of these other distractions. I'm just focusing. So in a sense, you're spending less time, but you refined it. You refined it to a better.
I still have a big catalog on merch. I think right now, as of today, I think I have 4,300 designs. So not total products, but 4,300 designs up. But I am tier 20,000. I could have 20,000 designs up.
20,000 designs or 20,000 products?
20,000 designs. Okay. And I haven't filled those slots. And
because each design could be 10.
Oh, it could be a lot of products.
Yeah, it could be with all the sizes and everything.
Well, in all the countries that you can be in. Yes. So I have 4,300 designs. I could have 20,000 designs. And on weeks like this, when we aren't pushing as hard on other things, I could be putting that time into filling those slots. That is missed income for me when I'm not doing it. Just is what it is. Well, and so recognizing that and being, sometimes we're just okay with that.
But, you say it's missed income because you think, well, every design I put up sells.
No, but a percentage of them would.
True.
Yeah. Well, crazy. Hoping I can. Yeah, you should be able to. Amazon usually does a whole bunch of tier ups, like towards the end of summer, like that kind of July, August, because they want more designs for Q4, because that's when they're selling more, and the more they, the more you sell, the more they sell. So, I would anticipate some tier ups coming then. But yeah, I sometimes I look at it and I'm like, you know what? No, I just don't want to. And this week we had some family stuff going on, nothing bad, but just, stuff going on. I was like, you know what? I'd just rather spend my time hanging out with, when you have adult children and they want to hang out with you, you got to kind of strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah. You got to take advantage of that.
Yeah. And so I did that instead. And I don't regret that at all. But I do need to pay more attention to let's get some more designs up. Let's really be ready for Q4 on this side of the business also, because once Q4 hits, I don't have time to do it.
No, we're too busy. Running, chasing, shipping.
So much fun. I love
it. It is. It's very exciting.
I love it. I'm so excited for everybody who started Amazon this year. We've had a lot of people in our in the Amazon class that have started this year. In that first Q4.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, and we're going to finish here in a second, but this is my story to the first Q4 that we really pushed hard against Amazon. Pre-pandemic, pre all of that. And we had dabbled with Amazon for a long time. And we said, okay, we're going to pull back on eBay for Q4, and we're going to push, and we're going to see what's this really all about? Like, is it really as good as what people say? And I remember we went to the holiday zoo lights at the zoo, which is one of my favorite things to do with the lights and the Christmas and the whole bit. And so it's probably, a couple weeks before Christmas. Mm-hmm. And I am not an overly emotional person. I'm a math nerd. Remember this. But I stood there and I cried as I watched our family just laugh and just enjoy the holiday, because at that point, 2 weeks before Christmas, we had made more money in that Q4 than we had ever made in a Q4. And normally in years prior, Q4 had always been kind of hard for us. It was hard for us.
Well, and I don't think we weren't selling items. They were kind of out of season. If you take into account what you're selling during Q4.
Oh, yes.
The items we were selling were really not Q4 items.
Yeah. So when we sold on eBay, we didn't have new tags items. We weren't selling toys, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And so Q4 was always slow for us. And so we were always there were absolutely years we were working on Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And so I stood there in that moment and I looked at our family knowing that we could take off the next 3 weeks, just totally take it off, totally shut down everything. And all of our bills were paid. All of our Christmas presents were bought. Everything was done. And it was just such a moment of relief and excitement for the future. And it was overwhelming. And that's why I always say in these Amazon classes, when Monica and I talk about it, that's the moment I want for everyone. And that's why, don't sell on Amazon throughout the rest of the year. I don't care. But in Q4, find those products that you can fly through and make all that money, because that was the moment. That was the moment for me that everything changed. When I knew, okay, it's going to be different from here on out. See, there you go. He's completely uninterested.
Mr. Emotional.
Agreed. My nephew just turned 18 and still wants to hang out with me. I love that. Yes, you got to take those moments when you can get them. But so anyhow, anything else?
No, we got work to do.
We do have work to do. That was our week. We should be back next week, I think.
Yeah. Oh no, next week.
I think we're leaving later in the day. So, but we'll let you know. Over on Instagram, I will post when we will be live next week. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Like and subscribe, please.
Yes, please. Bye, everybody. There you go.